Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing? Well, we're starting a garden. Here's the location right here. I've already got it laid out. Put out the string. I made sure it was square. It's a garden, I know, but still, you got to do it right? Yeah, so laid it out, used the pink paint, just got it all ready, okay? And so the first step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this trusty old stump bucket here. I'm gonna dig a trench all the way around the outside. Why am I doing that? Well, I want to bury a small section or portion of the fence along the outside, just to try and make it a little more difficult for little critters to go underneath the fence. I think it's a good idea. We've got deer and we've got all kinds of little critters, so might as well make it, you know, at least a challenge for them to get inside. Now, let's ask another why. Why am I doing a garden? Well, you know, the short answer is we'll have free food. You know, a food supply for my family. We'll plant stuff that we like to eat, and it'll be wonderful to have a garden that we can just come out and pick vegetables in the fall. The long answer is more of a history lesson. Have we read our history books? Have we studied? Do we know what happened? World War II, Victory Gardens, you know, look it up, Google it, whatever. Seems that there was a bit of a conflict with Germany and some other places, and you know, America wasn't involved, really. And then Japan got desperate, pretty much, and you know, for whatever reasons, they decided to, you know, poke the bear. Does that scenario sound familiar at all? We got Israel and Gaza, Iran's involved. Oh, and then there's Russia and Ukraine. And, oh, United States isn't involved, of course. We're not involved in any wars right now. Yeah, so you know, let's make a garden. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. You know, digging that little trench. That stump bucket is handy. I don't use it all the time, but it's handy. So now, of course, we got to drill some post holes, 4 corners, and 2 posts for the gate, and that's it. You know, I just love putting this post hole digger on this tractor. I got to build some kind of a stand that holds it. Yeah, that's going to be a later video. All right, let's dig some holes. All right, 5 more just like it. There we go, posts are in the ground. It's a good start. Next up, wire fencing. All right, welcome back. Well, it's been several days. That concrete on those posts has definitely had some time to cure. It's a nice, cool, foggy morning. It's rained a bunch, so time to take a break from the excavator. Ironically, I dug that trench and now I've got an excavator. That's okay, the stump bucket does a fine job. Well, we're gonna get this fencing started and I've got some helpers with me this morning. All the way over there. It's not that heavy. Let's set her right here. Oh yeah, let me walk in the mud. You try to stay out of the mud as best you can. It's nasty.
And my boots are over at Christopher's.
So we're gonna just kind of keep it down on the ground as much as possible. Get one right. It's good. Whew. I'm already tired.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, I'm just gonna unroll this, probably to about right here, I think. There's probably a better way to do this, and somebody on YouTube is gonna be like, hey, you should have done this.
Yeah. Should have laid it down.
Should have laid it down and rolled it out in the mud.
Yeah.
This is my homemade fence stretcher. Just some carriage bolts through a couple pieces of 2x and yeah. You seen how expensive those things are? Oh, and I need sockets, don't I? I don't suppose I might have the right size in here. Yes. Rather be lucky than good, always. That's good. Other piece. Okay. I can't remember. I thought for sure I hooked this, like I had a eye bolt in this or something. I guess I didn't. Can you, yeah, just pull it towards me so I can get it wrapped around that thing. There we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna get this through, hook it to itself, just like that. Seem pretty taut?
The fence is at the right height.
Okay, that's one corner. There we go.
You got the idea.
Yeah, I got the idea. Thanks, YouTube. Okay, lay it down. Definitely lay it down. Yeah, hold this here, please. Whew. Okay. All right, I gotta get the other roll.
Well, you make a good looking fence post.
Oh, you guys don't need to watch all this. Okay, that's done. Let's stretch it out. I don't do this all the time, so there's somebody out there who's probably gonna say that I should put my T-post in first, but I think I should stretch it first so I have a nice straight line to put the T-post on. That's my logic anyway. Might be wrong, but let me know in the comments. Now that'll straighten up at the top once we put the T-posts in. I just want to make sure it's good. Oh, it's too low.
Yeah, it's way too far down. It'll come up all right.
Yeah, that'll be fine right there. Some people might say I should have braces down here for these, you know, coming down to the ground. You underestimate my lack of concern. hold it. There's a little pink line down here. You can kind of still see it. Try and hold it vertical. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And then it'll just, yeah, that'll be fine. Yep, perfect. Oh yeah, perfect. Right on. Gate, they said you was hung. And they was right. All right, well, working by myself today. So this fence is intended for deer, larger animals, obviously. Once again, it's just a deterrent. I know deer can jump this stuff, but you know, got to make it at least difficult for them. And to make it difficult for the smaller critters, I'm going to take this plastic fencing. It's only 3 feet high, and this is the stuff that's going to get buried down in the ground. It's plastic, so in the ground it won't rust away. And I'm just going to zip tie it to the fence that I just put up. So let's get it done. That looks like we're going to start it right about there, huh? Roll it out. Roll out. Okay, and there's the plastic poultry fencing around the bottom, just to keep the really little critters out. Now on the gate, I continued it all the way over, and then it kind of just lays on the ground. I'm not going to be able to bury that, but when you open this up, if I can, there we go. You open this up, see it just kind of drags on the ground like that, you know, it's just extra. And then when you close it, just kind of make sure it overlaps and then chain it back up like that. So that, you know, like I say, this is a deterrent. I know that those critters are little Houdini experts, but you gotta try, right? I mean, we gotta try, so. All right, next I got a backfill. All right, fencing is done. Now, I'm almost ready to do some gardening. By the way, I'm not planting this today. Here in Northeast Ohio, we have freezing temperatures all the way through mid-May. As a matter of fact, it snowed on May 19th one year. And my dad has a hickory tree, and if that hickory tree hasn't budded yet, then we might get another freeze. So I'm not planting this until his hickory trees bud. So anyway, what I'm doing now, I've got my mower out here. My mower has a 72-inch mowing deck, and I want to be able to mow all the way around my garden. So there's going to be a 72-inch, approximately 72-inch path all the way around the garden. And even though this is 50 by 25, the garden is going to be 2 4-foot strips side by side, so it'll be 8 feet wide, and they'll be 6 feet off of each end. So on a 50-foot garden, that's going to make a 38-foot garden. So it'll be 8 by 38. Okay, inside this 50 by 25, we're going to end up with 8 by 38, which should be plenty for my family. I'm sure that'll give us tons of vegetables, and it'll be easy to access from the sides, and I'll be able to mow around it and maintain it. So now I'm going to mow just comfortably around the outside, around the outside. Anyway, and we'll see what is left in the middle that I can garden. All right, so that has left me, from right about there. Oh my goodness, I've got over 10 feet. Yeah, I've got plenty. So I want to go 8 feet. Yeah, I'll till just inside here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, perfect. This will be nice. Now, of course, as you saw, I'm blowing all the clippings to the outside, and anything that I can't trim up against on the outside of this fence, I'll just spray it. I'm not coming in here with a weed eater. We're gonna make this easy, or it won't happen at all. Okay, well, it's getting there. Next step is I'm gonna go down to the creek and I'm gonna get a bunch of scoops of that nice dark silt that came out of that creek. Lay it over top of this, mix it in. Yeah. The sludge is spread, and tell you what, it's a little bit too sludgy. It's still wet, not ready to rototill this in yet. So we're gonna let that sit and dry real good. Anyway, I can't do it because my dad hasn't told me that those hickory trees have budded yet. So when that happens, I'll know I'm ready to plant. We'll till this in, we'll get some weed block over it, burn the holes in it, plant the plants, and we'll have ourselves a garden. Hopefully just a garden and not a World War III Victory Garden. But either way, we got free food, right? So anyway, Saturday's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna get inside that excavator. I'm gonna clean up that cab. I'm gonna fix some little annoyances. Gonna make that thing real nice, if you know what I mean. So gotta tune in Saturday and you will see me then when I am doing more stuff.